Hello, how are you getting on? How are you good?
So before we started recording, because we were talking for 20 minutes and didn't realise that we were recording.
Yeah, so we
or
didn't
that
record.
we weren't recording, so we missed a lot of it. But you know what, to be honest, man, I don't know, do I want a lot of those stories actually out to the public just yet?
No,
I want to kind of control the narrative for them.
Yeah.
But basically we're talking about being a mess on the drink.
Well, I'm not a mess yet.
You're pretty fucking bad. Yeah, I don't know you not as one, really. Yeah.
Do you know what? Yeah. Do you know what it is? Yeah. There's times in my life where I'm like, though I think in the last few years I've been a lot better, but like, there's times in my life where I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like, how did I not end up down a very bad road just drinking stuff? Do you know what I mean? Like, I functioned. Do you know?
Yeah. Just about, like, to be fair, yeah. Kind of like a bicycle where like the air is only slightly out of the tires,
But,
like.
yeah. Or like, we ran about it there one time that like, do you remember when you're younger and you start going out and you like, no matter, you could have been in a terrible state. I mean, like, you could have started on someone, you could have done anything, but you're always like, geez, I held myself together because I didn't get sick.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, as if that's an achievement, like, do you know, like that kind of a.
Do you know, man, like, I'm thinking now, like, one of the lads from my year, he's after making a group chat to do like because I'm 10 years out of school this year. I know people are looking now, like, saying, fuck it, 10 years, I can't believe it. Like, you look like you're 15 years out of school.
Yeah.
But and I was thinking back, and you know, you were kind of reflecting back on that time, like, and the state my life is in now. And I must say, like, you'd miss drinking cans in fields.
Yeah, there was kind of a simpler time.
There was an innocence to it, like.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Well, it's where you make your first kind of bonds, I suppose, don't you? Because do you know what it is actually? Do you know when you first get when you first like start drinking and stuff, you realise, oh, I can actually compliment another fella, and that's a very toxic thing. But you know the thing of like, just, man, I love you, man. Like, you're one of my best friends. Like, I don't know what I do without you. Like, you're never going to say that to the lads when you're sober. It's kind of like an unlocked thing. Like, I remember when you're actually locked though, but I remember being out like with lads, and you know, like, it's when you first, like, these boys are your best friends, like, all your life, and then you go drinking with them and you're just like, oh man, like, I don't know what I do without you, and you're kissing each other's heads and you're fucking all this kind of stuff, and like, do you know, that's a beautiful thing to unlock, like, do you know what I mean?
It is, yeah. It can be hard to fucking navigate this country without drink, man.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Like, it's kind of like, do you know, when you go on a date with somebody, like, I do find it's a lot easier when you have a drink. It's kind of like a performance enhancer, like, do you know, as in, like, if you're out with somebody and you're on a first date, like, because you're a lot more enthusiastic about things too, like, do you know, where there's like, sometimes you're sober and you're talking to them and they're like, you know, talking about, I don't know, the time Saki touched them or something, I don't know, something like that, and you're trying to look interested but you're not really, you know, and you're just like, no. But then when you're fucking, when you're a bit more drunk, you're a lot more enthusiastic. I remember being on a date with one there recently, and she started talking about like what animals she likes, and we were both like, she'd be well able to drink petrol herself, like, and started talking about animals we like, and I just got so enthusiastic about bears, man. I'd say I started poisoning her about that, and eventually I'd say even she was like, I can't hack with this fella at all, like, do you know what I mean? Like, do you know, like, whereas I don't know, like, when you're as a fella that's you're sober now, like, would you say that you're still very enthusiastic about things, like, to that level?
No, definitely not.
That's the fucking issue, man.
I
you
have
know?
no interest, man. Like, I'd meet people now, like, and the thing is now, like, I'd be like, and going on the fucking dating apps when you're sober is a pain the fucking hole, man.
Oh, it is, I'd say.
Because, like, you're there, like, and you get pretty good at, like, navigating, at telling, like, you know, just by their photos, like, who's an absolute pisshead and who isn't.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Oh, you know.
Usually,
somewhere.
like, if their photo is them and they're sitting on the swing in Sophie's in the team, you know that they're, you know that they are mentally unwell. Like,
yeah, they're definitely they're definitely the kind of one that causes gang to shift their heads in during a restaurant. Like,
you know,
I'm a fucking mess, man.
Well, I mean, that goes without saying. I mean, we can all see that.
Well, we all know that. Yeah. That's all I'm thinking the whole
just
time.
Tolerate it, really. But the key is, like, 'cause, like, I'm a mess up, but I hide it very well, like, do you know?
Yeah, you're quite good at hiding it.
Yeah, I am. Do you know, it's like, it's afterwards when people, like, that's what I remember when I got fucking sober the first time, and like, I mean, I remember the first time I took coke every week Saturday for a month.
Yeah.
And I remember saying like, look, it's only fucking a bit of coke.
Yeah.
But I remember, and then when I said that, I remember like 3 years previously when I smoked weed every day for a week.
Yeah.
And I remember saying, it's only a bit of weed. And I was like, this is the fucking trajectory of this. But yeah, like to me, you know, I don't miss it really, except every waking minute of the day.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, because do you know what, the weed actually? It's just when you come into my head there and it says that I know people that would have a joint every day. I mean, like they can't function unless they have a joint every day or whatever. Or like they'd be outside, like, do you know, when they go outside for a fag, they go outside for a joint,
yeah.
Do you know, that kind of way. And I'm like, and they're, you know, they're very like, oh no, it's just weed. Like, weed isn't addictive. And I'm like, it is though. Like, you're very much addicted to weed. Like, if I took away your weed, you'd start to get withdrawals.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
The most irritable fucker you've ever met. Then
that's what I mean. Like,
I remember one of my on New Year's, alright, like, you know, you have to do the old New Year's kiss.
Yeah.
I was in like one of the pubs in Middleton, and sure, like, fuck it.
Yeah,
this was back when you could maul onto people, like, you know.
Oh, yeah, but they didn't. That was the pre-Me Too days, was it?
Back in kind of 2016, when you were allowed to maul onto people, and I just mauled onto one of the lads for it, and he was just sound, yeah. That was it. So that's all grand. Is that what I need?
Yeah. Do you ever be thinking like you look at men or whatever, and you look at men's bodies and all that kind of crap, and I often think, I'm like, jeez, I feel so bad for women, like, do you know, because women are like so beautiful, like, you know, beautiful women are anyway.
Most of them are anyway.
Like, no, but like, they're just these gorgeous creatures,
yeah,
like everything about them, like, even, do you know, the whole lot, like, it's all packaged nicely together. And
but like
Susan Boyle, like, she's a bit of a ride, like, you know.
Well, look, you know, any port in a storm. But do you know what, actually, man, I've been back listening to like fucking like My Chemical Romance and all those boys again.
Oh, the old emo bands.
Yeah.
We're recording, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. But I'm back listening to those tunes again, the kind of My Chemical Romance, and do you
good.
know what, man? You're looking at them, and all the songs are like about, you know, look, I'm fucked, I'm not okay, and
yeah,
like, we'll be okay, we'll get through this. And actually, I think I'm identifying with those tunes more now than I was when I was about fucking 14.
I know what you mean, because when I was, when I was a big, like, I loved all the emo bands, but like, and I thought, like, when I was like, you know, listening to fucking do you know, like, I'm Not Okay or whatever, songs like that, and like, you're pure like, oh Jesus, yeah, my life is so hard, I'm an angsty teenager, like, even though my life was so easy back then compared to now, like, my life is fucked.
Remember the arrogance, man, of being depressed as a young
fella, when you had everything handed to you, you literally never had to work, like, until you got like 16, 17 or something like that. But like, man, remember from like, do you remember when, like, you're from a child to being like 15, like, you basically have everything, like.
Yeah, honestly, like, I got my first job, I think I was just 18, and it was for drinking money. That's all it was. It was to be able to fund the drinking.
That's essentially me as well.
Yeah, that was all it was. It was so I could afford to go to Santa Panza.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like, and like, I remember, like, at about, at 18, and you know, you're there, like, we'll say 16, 17, and you're like, oh fuck, I don't really know my place in the world, like, you know, I don't know, I'm not sure do I fit in with my peer group, I don't know, will I ever find a woman.
Yeah.
I still have all those things, except the only difference now is I have to do my own washing.
Yeah.
So it's significantly worse. There's so many people, like, from back in the home, like, thank God I moved up to Cork City, man.
Yeah.
I could have a fresh start, because anyone who is a half decent human being in Middleton, I made an absolute spectacle out of myself in front of.
Yeah.
Like, and the thing is, like, if I didn't make a spectacle out of them, I made a spectacle out of one of their friends, and they're me like, this fella's fucking, he's a liability, this fella. Like, I remember there was a poor girl, she would have been like the high school sweetheart, we'll say, do you know?
Yeah.
We were kind of a will they won't they, do you know?
Now Troy and Gabriella, if you will,
and
Hitler and Eva Braun, if you will.
Yeah, a bit of a kind of a Sid and Nancy, except she was nothing like Nancy, and I was like Sid and Nancy. And like, I was thought this woman was the business, like, the whole way through. And I remember, like, on the fucking leaving cert holiday, so I went out like a week before them, just completely destroyed my reputation. And the problem with the leaving cert holiday is all the stories get back. It takes you a 2-hour Ryanair flight to get home.
Yeah,
the stories get back like that.
Of course,
so you don't have time to control the narrative. So they came over a week later. I told her I love you, and I want to start going out with you.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Look, we'll think about it. You know, when we get home." She heard next day. She heard everything I was getting up to, just the conditions I was in. As good as being found in places. She told me then, I can't do this. Like, and she's dead right. And like, she dodged some bullet, like, because I was only going to get worse. And she like, I don't know, she'd become like a fucking barrister or something. I think that might be what she is now. Like, and
it's like, kind of like a butterfly effect. If she had gone out with you, she'd be a junkie now, like, or something.
As good as, But it wouldn't have lasted long, like, because I still, like, I had and like, again, I talk about these things, like, there's so many red flags, like, about like like this love of fucking this carry on. But honestly, man, I'd be mortified walking around the town of Milton now. I think still to this day, and people might look like, he's looking well. But in my head, I'm going, you're thinking about that time that I said the wrong thing to you.
Yeah, because do you know what I used to? Because like, you're always like thinking back, and you're like, oh, people don't actually think about me because they're too busy with their own lives, or whatever. And that's true.
But have not, because they are thinking about me constantly. Like, I mean,
probably, But like, I'm thinking, like, from your own point of view, have you ever seen somebody that you haven't seen in years, but the last context you have was something shitty they did to you, or something even they made a comment or something? You're pure, just that's all you're thinking about when you see them, like. So it is true. Yeah. People are thinking about you.
They are thinking about you immediately, and when they see you pop up, and like, I've had to mute people on Instagram because I just, every time I look and I get reminded of something that I did in front of them.
Yeah, you could just unfollow them.
Nah, but then they win. So like, I just had to mute them. And you see, the thing is, like, I'd like to think. See, I have this in my head. Like, there's some of those I need to wait for them to all come back from Australia. Yeah. But like, where I'm thinking, they'll come home now and I'll be like, look, let's actually give this a go. I'm a new man, I'm a different fella than I was when I was 17. Can you believe that?
All it took was 11 years.
And a lot of like soul crushing defeats, and actually a lot of time spent in treatment centers and institutions. But like, let's go for this. And but it won't work really, like, because I'm putting these people on a pedestal now that they probably don't belong on. Do you know?
Yeah.
So do you know what? Fuck them.
Fuck them, yeah, whores. No, I swear to God. I
know, they're a lovely one.
Yeah, but like,
it's not to me. I have a lot of growing up to do on that side of things, man. Do you know what the problem is, man? Is like, when you get close to someone, you have to let them see behind the curtain, and they see then like that your life is actually, like, you can't do much, like. Like, I'm as useless as you can be, like. Like, honestly, like,
I'm definitely the useless one in the family, as well. Yeah.
I mean, it's a disgrace, like, really. Like, my sister, like, is studying abroad, like, like, doing, like, to become mental health nursing, and she had to write a story, not a story, like, in an interview, why you want to get into that, and she just described what it was like living with me growing up.
Jesus,
and
man.
They gave her the fucking spot in the course immediately.
That's like having a CV that, like, you, like, like in The Simpsons when Miss Crabapple won an award for dealing with Bart. That's what it's like for you.
Like, I'm like the real comeback turnaround story in my story. I'm not even the one that gets the comeback.
Oh, stop,
it's someone else. Oh. But and like, I'm just useless. Like, I mean,
you are pretty useless.
I like, truly, like, like, I mean, I could cook an amazing fucking meal. Yeah, as long as it came in a wrapper and it's able to go in the microwave, like. Like, I make a mean curry of those fit foods from Dunn's, like, And the thing is, like, you can go on a few dates and it's easy to be like, I have my fucking shit together, and then, like, when they get to know you, they're like, you haven't put on a load of washing in about 3 weeks, like. Yeah,
you lied about everything.
You're like, I've been started, for some reason now I'm mothering you, as well. And it's fucking brilliant, to be honest. But no, so I'm kind of like, just, I couldn't be fucking arsed letting people know. Can I just let people think I'm doing better than I am?
Yeah, do you think, like, I don't know, because I'm definitely the useless fucker in my family.
Oh yeah.
But like,
in the friend group as well. Like.
Just in general, like, every walk of life. Yeah. Actually, if I meet someone worse than me, it's usually a red flag, as in, like, stay away from them. But like, because my sister, like, she'd be the same. Like, my sister is 4 years older than me, so she'd a head start. So fuck it, kind of, like, I always use that as the excuse. Yeah. Even though, look, I'm still in 4. Like, she's 4 years older than me, but I still won't be as good as her in 4 years. But like, she has her own gaff. Like, she bought by herself, like, you know, which is unbelievable in this current, I hear anyway, the housing market is shit, but do you know, like, she's a teacher, like, she's I think she got like a promotion recently, like, so she's like a kind of like an assistant principal or some shit, you know, she's doing well for herself, like, you know. And then there's me then, like, and I'm just like, what the fuck am I at? Like, do you know, comedy gives me some bit of credibility, because from the outside it looks like I'm unreal.
I know,
like, around here, like, like, so for gang that aren't involved in the comedy scene, like around Carrie too, like, boys think I'm like fucking Tommy Tiernan, like, because they see I put a picture of myself up in a club every now and then.
Demon.
Absolutely. Oh, I think I told you this story the night I was in the local in Carrick, and I was chatting to a load of boys down in school or whatever, like, you know, lads, a few lads I haven't seen in a few years now, you know, because around Christmas time there, everyone's around, you know, kind of, and they're like, Jesus, I see you at the comedy, like, fair play to you, and Jesus, you're doing well now. Last night I was like, and I was pure, because there was all people like praising me, like, Jesus, man, I wouldn't be able for that and all that. And I was like, do you know what, boys, I'll never forget you, and I swear to God, if I'm going to record my own hour special, and I'm going to do it right here in the pub. David Savage live from Sprats in Carrigtwohill on fucking Netflix, and but the boys are hating that, like, from their point of view, I'm fucking class, like, do you know what I mean? Like, they literally think like this fella's just he's unreal because I'm doing something on the stage. It's like the music, I suppose. Like, people kind of like, oh, you're doing the old music here.
It's, you know, all it is it's like, if it wasn't for doing comedy, like, I'd just probably just be a waste, like, really.
Yeah, you know? Well, yeah.
I'd just have some shit job, and it's just mundane, like, you know. I actually think, like, if I had to stop doing comedy now, I don't know, man, I'd probably just have to go back on the drugs, really, like, just to have some bit of a personality trait. I mean, like, to be honest, if I was like, whatever it is that makes me want to do this fucking nonsense, to travel up to fucking like Galway to
for free,
to do a fucking 10-minute set where it turns out that nobody up there can understand the Cork accent anyway, and then to, you know, and maybe to get fucking 30 quid at best, whatever that is, if I had that deep root thing cleaned up inside me, maybe I'd be different. I'd be happy to be an accountant.
Do you know, see, the thing is though, like, do you ever look at lads now, look, this is just pure, like, you're compensating again, like, but you know, boys that like studied hard in school, that you went to school, and you see now they're doing class, like, they're solicitors, or they're like, you know, accountants, or they're like, they've like these jobs that are like definitely like 70,000 notes a year, whatever the fuck, or plus a lot more than that, whatever, and you're always like, fuck me, like, they're doing class or whatever, like, but at the same time you meet them and they're shy crack, man. Like, they've no stories.
No.
Like, they've no stories of any crack they got up to. They've nothing, like, I know now they didn't ruin their lives, like, but but like, I'd still, maybe again I'm compensating, but I still think I'd take being good crack over having been good at something. I think the housing crisis is ideal, man, because even if it was the boom and they were handing out gas for a laugh, I probably still wouldn't be in a position to buy one.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? So, like, I actually think it's great. Like, I have an excuse, like, where, you know, people are like, oh, you're saving for gaff. But, like, you know, the country's fucked, man. I can't, like, all me money's gone, like, oh man, I've no fucking money now. Do you know what I mean? All this kind of stuff. Like, have you ever talked to somebody, like, even like, buddy, like, there's like mutual friends that we have or whatever, like, and they're saving their money or whatever, and they're fairly good. And then, like, you talk to them and they're like, oh, I'm a bit skint at the moment. And I'm like, yeah, geez, I'm the same, boy. And they're like, I have to dip into me savings. They're like, you know. And I'm like, savings? If I literally, I'm at a case there that if I have a bad night on a drink, I'm probably not eating dinner tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like,
honestly, I think if I were to walk into the bank and ask for a loan, I actually think when she typed my account number into the computer, it would actually burst into flames.
Yeah. 100%. I'm the same, man. No, like, literally, because, like, do you remember there was remember Danny O'Brien was talking? He'd love this, actually, he's including this, so fuck him. But he'd remember he came into us, like, Danny, you know, like, for anyone who doesn't know him, he just literally, as soon as he meets you, he just starts talking about things. There's no, like, how you're getting on, man. It's just, he walked up and he's like, guys, if you're ever going to save for a mortgage, don't go gambling, because that's the first thing they look for, you know, like, straight away. We didn't even get a how are you, lads. It was like, jeez, lads, be careful of the bloody gambling, like, the score to go on for, you know, that kind of thing. And then I was like, no, because, like, no, like, I don't do anything like that. Like, there's not, like, I'm not into betting, thanks be to God.
I go in there with cash, like.
Yeah. I've enough fucking addictions now without adding bloody gambling into the fucking mix. Because I deal with card now since the pandemic pretty much, right? Because they're controlling us, lads. But I pretty much do deal with card. I just think it's more ideal, man. You don't have to fucking be looking through your cash or nothing. But I remember when I used to go out drinking, and I as you say now, it was literally the account was fucking empty, man. But I'd have wads of cash, and I'd be like, boys, I'll sort this now or whatever, and I'd be pulling out 50s and all this kind of stuff. But I'd wake up the next day, if that cash was stolen or lost, that's me done.
Yeah, but there was no fear of it being lost or stolen, mine, because I'd spend it quicker than it was lost, you know.
That's just, I remember one time no, I didn't get the exact number, obviously, because I don't recall spending what I spent, but I remember kind of averaging what I would have spent in the last, I think I did it during the pandemic, so we'll say from the age of going to the pub till then, on what I would have spent on drink. It's frightening, man. It's frightening.
I had to do it in fucking the treatment centre. They made you write out everything.
I just did it myself.
But even now, actually, man, I actually can't leave the house without spending a minimum €50.
Yeah.
And there's not a drop of drink or anything that goes into the body. It's just, I'm guaranteed to spend €50.
Yeah, because I often thought, you're kind of my case study, because I often thought, Jesus, if I gave up the drink, I'd probably be loaded. I'm looking now and I'm I wouldn't, because I just spend on, you just spend on something else, man.
You're better with money when you're drinking.
Yeah.
I promise you. I've been trying now a fucking Revolut, man. I've been trying to get a loan off him. For what, I don't know. Just to have the money.
Just want the loan.
Yeah. And they're asking
I just want a big wad of cash,
and
man.
They they look through my Revolut account. They look through the TSB, and every time there's you think it's going to be an open. Every time I do it, this is actually going to take a bit longer. We'll let you know. And it's always, you don't qualify for a loan. It's and I start messing with it. Then I'll put it down to the lowest, 2,000. We'll do it for 36 months. That's a horrendous loan to be shackled to. But I'm no, I want to see what's going on here. And they won't give it to me. They don't trust me. They don't trust me to pay back. We say the interest is 2,100. I can't be trusted to pay back €2,100 in the course of 3 years.
That's such a bad position to be in when you think of it. It's I wouldn't trust this fellow with matches. It's fucking hell.
And I wouldn't even dream of going into fucking TSB.
Oh no!
Because there's a person there. Honestly, as I said, they'd be so I'd be what are my options here with this loan? Well, you can leave without a fuss, or we can have security take it. They're your options. Yeah. No. I've been in situations, man, where if I was seeing someone or something, and you're meeting her, you have to meet their friends, boyfriends.
Oh yeah.
And these boys, and some of them, and they have fucking proper jobs, and they can drive a car, and
I know,
cheek of them. And
fuckers.
And you're oh my fuck, I don't know how to talk to these people, man. You know what, man? I actually think the reason I do stand up is so I can actually talk to people who do finance and all that.
Yeah.
I can't have a conversation because this person could be the same age as me.
Yeah.
Maybe they could be, we'd say, 2 years older than me, and say they're working as an accountant or an insurance company. And I'm I feel I'm talking to an adult here, and you're speaking to me, a child.
Yeah.
You know? Whereas on stage I can go, oh, you do finance, is it? You big fucking bollocks. Yeah. And they're yeah.
This is what I get for sitting up front. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I think I've come to the conclusion since doing stand up and since doing a lot of crowd work that I don't know how to talk to people. I know how to talk at people.
Yeah. I know, it's because, as you say, you have to meet people. That's why I liked going out with an Italian girl, because all her friends' boyfriends were useless fuckers.
Really?
Pretty much. You go there. See, Italy,
the friend group obviously had a type, so.
Yeah. I walked right into that. No, fucking. I don't know, is it just because Italy's such a hot country and so nice, whatever, that you're bayed out from the heat. No, but you're bayed out from the heat. I don't know. There's just everyone there just does fucking nothing. I swear to God, I met all her friends. They're all these women or whatever. They're lovely and whatever. And then you meet the fellas, and the fellas are just it's what do you do? Oh, I do the odd job here and there. Do you know, that kind of way. And to them, I was working in. I remember when I first met them, I was working in Super Value at the time. I seemed like a fucking software engineer to them. Do you know what I mean? They were a job, 40 hours, minimum wage. Fucking hell. You know what I mean?
Mr. Big Bucks.
Yeah. Dinner's on this guy. Yeah, we might leave it as that for our first cut, will we?
All right, very good. I don't know if any of this will make air. It was a bit all over the place. We'll have a name for you at some point. Fuck laddie.
We're thinking of calling ourselves Fianna Fáil or something, or
yeah. I'm kind of thinking more Fianna Gay.
Fianna Gay. Oh.
Ill. Sorry, Gale. Wind. Fine wind. Anyway, look, go on. I don't know if anyone will be seeing any of this or if this part will be in.
I'd love to gaslight someone and tell them that Fianna Gael means fine wind. In Irish. We call the party Fine Wind
because we're blowing smoke on our arse.
Oh, Craig. Okay, that's perfect.
All right, go on. Shout out to Simon Harris. Bring the country back to where it should be.
Yeah.
Miss you, Leo. Bye.